All right. How's everybody doing today? Happy Easter. Glad you're with us for Teen Church Live. Hope that everybody is doing well out there. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes with some worship, some teaching, and some different things. But right now, I just want to see how everybody's doing. Hope you're having a great Easter. And I want to hear in the chat what your favorite Easter candy is. So let me know what kind of candy do you like? You like Peeps? You like Cadbury eggs? Just some plain old chocolate? What is it that you like on Easter? What is it you're hoping to get in your Easter basket, or however it is you guys handle it in your family? But what are you looking forward to today? Hope that you're able to find some creative ways to celebrate, worship, hang out with your family, enjoy some good times. And to make the most of where we find ourselves right now. We're going to, like I said, we're going to do some worship. We're going to have some music. We're going to have some teaching today. We're going to talk about being disrupted and what it looks like when God disrupts us, and we have to learn to embrace the disruption. But I'm glad that all of you are here and able to hang out with us for a little bit. Like we've done the last couple of weeks, we are going to do a trivia game at the end, so I hope you can hang around for that. We'll be giving away a pizza, but hope you guys have a great day and happy Easter.
Darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken, and great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. You give a life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, and you restore every heart that is broken, and great are you, Lord. So it's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath So we pour out our praise to you only. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. So it's your breath in our lungs. We pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. Worthy of every song we could ever sing. Worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Worthy of every song we could ever sing. Worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, live for you, oh Jesus. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. And I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken, and I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. And I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. To those around me.
Matthew 28, 1-10. Now after the Sabbath, toward the dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. And for fear of him the guards trembled and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples that he has risen from the dead. And behold, he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him. See, I have told you. So they departed quickly from the tomb with fear and great joy, and ran to tell his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them and said, Greetings. And they came up and took hold of his feet and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, Do not be afraid. Go unto my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me.
I know for a fact that a lot of you like to be in control. And here's how I know this. Whenever we travel with the teen ministry, we go on CIY trips or winter retreat or even just like a little day outing to go hiking or whatever, I get asked no short of 10,000 times a trip. What's next? What are we doing next? Where are we going? When are we going to be there? When are we going to do this? And it's part of that is your nature where you just want to know because you feel like if I know what's happening next, I can be in control of this. I can plan, I can prep, I can take charge, and I can like rest my mind knowing what's happening next. And one of the things that I do, and some of you know this because you've gotten this from me, is whenever you ask something, I don't tell you. I say, I don't know, we'll see. Or if I've given you information you need, I tell you to check your schedule or whatever. But if it's not there, hey, maybe you didn't need it. Whenever we're traveling somewhere, this is like my little secret thing. We have a long trip and it's going to be 10, 12, 15 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. Whether we're 10 minutes away or 12 hours away, if you ask me, hey, when are we going to get somewhere? I always say 2 hours. And I know it drives some of you crazy. Some of you giggle at it and you've begun to respond that when other people ask me on trips because you know that I'm trying to, in those moments, let you know like, hey, we're not in control here. And one of the reasons I do that is because I've experienced that when you travel with teenagers, you're never actually in control. I could tell you that we're going to be at a certain place at a certain time and that we're going to do a certain set of things in a certain order. And as much as I plan and prep, the reality is life is crazy. And sometimes the things that we want to do and the order we want to do them doesn't happen. And so I know in those moments, it's really important that we have a little bit of flexibility because we are not in control. I don't know about you, but the last several weeks, all the disruption we've experienced in our life, the changes in our school schedule, the changes in our family dynamics, the changes in just the ability to go out to eat or whatever, that all these things have taught me that I don't really know what's going on and I don't know what's next and I'm not really in charge here. When I think about disruptions in the life of people, especially when I think about from the Bible, one of the most disrupting experiences had to be the death of Jesus. I try to imagine what it would be like for Jesus's closest friends and followers in the moments he was either on trial or being executed or after he had died and was in the tomb, what they would have been going through mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They invested so much of their life into following Jesus that it's hard to comprehend what it would have been like them to realize I have no control in this situation, and I have no clue what's going to happen next. Most of his closest followers, when he went on trial or was being executed or when he was buried, they left. In fact, there's only a handful of people, a handful of women who had followed him that were at the cross. And it's these same sort of like outskirts people and women who were there. None of his close followers, Peter, James, John. John's there at the cross with Jesus' mother, but Peter and the rest of them are off somewhere else. Peter, even when Jesus was on trial, denied knowing who Jesus was because they experienced this disruption and it threw everything they thought they knew into complete chaos. And on the Sunday morning, the first day of the week after Jesus had been buried, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to the tomb. And I just imagine that they're going here to prepare Jesus' body, and they probably have this whole range of emotions going on. And they're struggling with not knowing what's next. And all they want to do is grieve and cry and prepare Jesus' body for burial correctly and to go home, because they don't have control anymore. And the story gets crazier from there. They show up and the tomb is empty, and now they've got all these questions and all this unknown and all this uncertainty. And Jesus appears and says to them, do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers. Go to Galilee and tell them that I will be there. And I can't imagine what it would be like for these first followers of Jesus to hear and experience that Jesus has resurrected, that he has completely turned their life upside down. See, we have a problem with change and uncertainty, but the reality is that sometimes the change, the uncertainty, the disruption is actually a good thing. See, if Jesus hadn't gone through the trial, the execution, the burial, we couldn't have gotten to the resurrection. See, Jesus shows us in this moment that the good stuff is worth the wait. It's worth the process. It's worth the pain and the uncertainty. And that sometimes when we're not in control, that's when God is preparing to do something completely amazing. Now, this doesn't mean that everything always works out for the good, because I don't believe that we can confidently say that we know that something amazing is going to happen from a pandemic that happens, or a natural disaster, or some sort of personal disruption that we're experiencing. But I do know that God is still at work in those moments, and that if we're allowing ourselves to be shaped by God's Spirit, if we're listening to where God's leading, if we're developing a deeper relationship, and we understand what we're called to be and to do, that there are moments like these where God can do amazing things, even when it seems impossible. So the women who came to the tomb, they go and tell Jesus' disciples. And Jesus' disciples eventually meet him in Galilee. And Matthew chapter 28 tells us that they show up and they're worshiping, but some of them are still doubting. They're seeing Jesus with their own eyes, and they still don't completely believe and understand. And rather than quieting their fears or telling them exactly what was going to happen or how all this was going to resolve itself, what Jesus does instead is he sends them with a mission to go and to witness to what they've experienced. Even though some of them are struggling even to understand and believe it, he's asking them to trust and to follow. And in these moments of disruption, I believe God's trying to tell us the same thing. Like, hey, it's not about you being in control. It's not about you having all the answers. It's not about you completely understanding all these things. I'm still with you in the uncertainty. And I can still do great things. I need you to trust and to follow, to tell other people what you've experienced through me, and to share your real life experiences with others. So as we think about what it means to experience the disruption, not just of our lives today, but the way God has disrupted us in some healthy and beneficial ways, I would just pray for you this week and hope that you would embrace the disruption and let God challenge and change you. Think about the new life that God is calling you to. It couldn't happen if there wasn't disruption. The pain, the death, the heartache, the hurt that comes can be followed up with hope, joy, and new life, because God has better things in store for you.
Took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so good to me. And all the overwhelming, never-ending fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. Oh, I couldn't turn it, and I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away into the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. Oh, I couldn't turn it, and I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away until the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. No shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no wall you won't, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No lie you won't take down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't turn it, and I don't deserve it, but still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Can you hear me now? All right, can everybody hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now? Sweet. Okay. It still doesn't look like there's any trivia up on your screen, though. I'm not sure what's up with that. Y'all, let's see. Trivia game. Why doesn't the trivia game want to work? This is the fun of doing live stream and trying to get a bunch of yeah, that's right. My voice is way too hot for this this mic here. Why in the world is our trivia not going live? That's quite unfortunate. I put a lot of effort into this week's trivia. I even brought props and we have giveaways. So I'm really hoping we can kind of get that going here in a second. But it doesn't look like it wants to load. All right, try again. So everyone thinking Jasmine gets pizza. That's what happens when there's no trivia game. Is I just randomly pick someone, obviously named Jasmine, right? Because she was the first one to mention it. All right, let's see if it goes live this time. Hey, yeah, it looks like it's going live. All right. Question number 1 of our Cadbury cream egg trivia. Cadbury founder John Cadbury opened his first shop in what year? Was it 1824, 1602, 1917, or 1956? Just pop the number in the trivia slot there and put your response in. What year do you think he founded or opened his first shop? All right. And the correct answer is 1824. 1824. His first shop did not sell the Cadbury cream eggs that we know and love. It sold cocoa and drinking chocolate, whatever that is. I guess it's like hot chocolate or chocolate milk, but maybe different. Who knows? Okay, so Cadbury cream egg first shop was opened in 1824, but they didn't sell the eggs yet. But the company finally created their first Cadbury Easter eggs in what year? Was it 1850, 1902, 1875, or 1998? What year did they finally start selling the Cadbury cream eggs that they are known for? Was it 1850, 1902, 1875, or 1998? Just pop the number there. Can you repeat when? I don't know, Elijah. Let's see. So far, you're doing solid. But the correct answer was 1875. So I don't know who all put 1875 in, but 1875 was your correct answer. 1875. All right, a couple of y'all got that. Looks like Elijah is still rolling, man. All right. I am going to taste one of these cream egg cookies that I bought here. I'll get the package open. This makes for fun TV. How many cream eggs does Cadbury make each year? Do they make 415 million, 500 million, 200 million, or 2 billion? How many cream eggs do they make? Oh, yeah. All right. So you can see this cookie has like a cream egg inside of it. It's actually not bad. Not bad. So how many do they make? Get your answers in. The correct answer, 500 million. They make 500 million. In fact, if you stack them all on top of each other, the pile would be 10 times larger than Mount Everest, which I thought was pretty crazy. 10 times larger than Mount Everest if you stack all the Cadbury cream eggs they make each year. In 1 year, top to bottom, it would do that. So 500 million was our correct answer for question number 3. Question number 4. This country has their own name for the popular Easter treat. I'm going to butcher this. Oofin fondant. Is that 1, Canada, 2, France, 3, Texas, or 4, Sweden? Obviously Texas, right, Yulia? You can see the egg there. It's nice. All right, which country calls it oof fondant or oof? I don't know how to pronounce this at all. Canada, France, Texas, or Sweden? Okay, the correct answer is Canada, right? Yes. All right, the correct answer is obviously Canada. The crazy Canadians always coming through with the good stuff. I believe that name is French, but you know, they speak French in Canada in some places. So that's it. All right, question number 5. This fast food chain offers Cadbury cream eggs as an addition to frozen treats around this time of year. Is it 1, Sonic, 2, Chick-fil-A, 3, McDonald's, or 4, Baskin Robbins? Are you sure Texas isn't a country? I'm pretty sure it's a country. So which fast food chain, if you wanted to get some Cadbury cream egg and a frozen treat, would you go to this time of year? The correct answer is actually McDonald's. McDonald's. You can get it in the McFlurry, apparently, as an add-in. Yeah, who knew? I didn't know, but I don't shop at McDonald's, so I didn't know that. All right. Question number 6 is coming right up. Question number 6. Where are Cadbury cream eggs made? Where are they made? Are they made in Birmingham, England, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Alberta, Canada? Oh man, that's a Cadbury cookie. It's killing me. Or number 4, are they made in Vermont? So England, Argentina, Canada, or Vermont in the USA. The Easter Bunny does make them. That's correct. The correct answer is actually Birmingham, England. These are an English product. I'm glad you got the call back, Elijah, from last week. My little mistake there. So yes, these are actually an English product. So yeah, a couple of y'all came through with the Birmingham, England as the home of Cadbury eggs. And actually about 2/3 of the eggs that are consumed in the UK. So that means that every person in the UK eats about 3.5 of these a year. What is the Cadbury? What is the Cadbury company's slogan? 1, it's only gross if you think about it as a raw egg. 2, get the goo out. 3, Easter all year long. Or 4, the world's best filled chocolate egg, period. What's their slogan? Is their slogan, it's only gross if you think about it as raw egg? That's what I think it should be. But the slogan's actually, get the goo out. Get the goo out. They've had the same slogan since 2008. And they've stayed solid with this slogan. They are almost all equally bad, except I came up with the other 3, and I feel pretty proud of the ones I came up with, especially it's only gross if you think about it as raw eggs. Okay, how much sugar does 1 Cadbury egg have? 1 Cadbury cream egg. Is it a spoonful, 20 grams, 6 grams, or 110 grams? How much sugar does 1 Cadbury cream egg have in it? Just 1 Cadbury cream egg has a spoonful, 20 grams, 6 grams, or 110 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, in case you're curious. So just so you know, eating one of those eggs has about half of your day's worth of recommended sugar. So if you're going to chow down on like 2 of those, you're done with sugar for the day, according to the FDA. So I don't recommend doing a lot of those. One has 20 grams of sugar, 20 grams of sugar in just one of the eggs. It's a lot of sugar. That's probably more. I don't know if that's more or less than a spoonful. I don't know what the spoonful would be. All right. What is the most popular way to eat a Cadbury cream egg? They actually surveyed people and asked them how they eat them. And so this was discovered to be the most popular way to eat a Cadbury cream egg. Is it 1, bite straight through the egg? 2, eat the whole thing in one bite? 3, bite off the top, lick out the cream, and then eat the chocolate? Or 4, use a finger to scoop out the filling? What's the correct answer? Is it bite straight through the egg, 1 bite, whole thing, take it in, bite off the top, or use a finger to scoop? I couldn't believe they actually surveyed people for this and that they found enough people who are willing to survey this. But the correct answer is actually bite off the top, lick through the cream, and then eat the chocolate. That's the preferred method by over half the people. 53% of people surveyed said that this was their preferred way to do this. Okay, last question. Question number 10 is this. What is the cream center actually made of? I don't know if you've noticed, but it's not spelled CREAM. Just giving you a little hint there. So 1, is it goat milk? 2, fondant. 3, little kids' dreams. 4, buttercream. What is the center of the Cadbury egg actually made of? Goat milk, fondant, little kids' dreams, or buttercream? The correct answer is fondant. Fondant is the correct answer. So, yeah, I'm not really a sweets person either. In fact, that cookie I ate was too much. So I'm kind of done for sugar for the day. But yeah, the middle is made of fondant. I think buttercream would make a better center for something like this, but it's probably not as shelf stable. Little kids' dreams. I mean, you know, kids just love the idea of this. So the winner today was actually Elliot Morgan. Good job, Elliot. You got 6 out of 10, pulled away from Elijah, who rolled in second. So we'll hit you up later on for instructions about delivering a pizza. We're really glad that you guys joined us. I did want to remind everyone there's no Connect tonight, so don't hop on Zoom tonight. We will resume that next week. But we hope you guys have a great week. If you need anything, if you need to talk to someone, reach out. If you have something going on this week you want prayer for, feel free to text me or email me. Reach out through the website, and really hope that you guys have a great week. Thanks for joining us. Happy Easter. Enjoy the day celebrating with your family and friends. Bye.